High rise. Thought it'd be kind of nice to put together a more advanced sequence. Option to grab a block. You might not need it, but a book, a pillow, a block is always great to help bring the ground a little bit closer to you in some more advanced postures. We'll be focusing on opening up through our backs, specifically our lower back today, but we'll do a little bit of everything. So we'll get started in child's pose, opening up your knees wide to the edges of the mat, bringing your big toes to touch, send your tailbone down towards your heels, and then walk your hands forward. And come to rest your forehead down onto the mat. Right away, starting to take inventory. What parts of your body are holding on to extra tension, maybe a little bit of unnecessary stress. And then start to take emotional inventory as well. So what feelings are we holding on to today? What feelings are we not allowing ourselves to feel? And just know that whatever happened to you or around you before you arrived on the mat, that for the next 60 minutes, we'll just focus on our breath, and we'll bring our body to a place of security, make ourselves feel really safe. Take a big inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Another inhale through your nose. Seal your lips right away. Exhale through your nose. Create some audible sound. Inhale through your nose. Constrict through the back of your throat. Exhale through your nose. This is your Ujjayi breath. We'll use this breath throughout practice to create heat in our body. And just know that if things become a little bit spicy or if our thoughts begin to travel away from our mat, that we can return to this Ujjayi pranayama. Inhale, lifting up to tabletop position, stacking your shoulders over your wrists. Keep your knees wide to the edges of the mat and just start to stir your hips in a little circle. Kind of working the femur bone into your hip socket and then starting to warm up through your wrists a little bit as well. And then reversing your circles to the other direction. Super easy, just breathing into your pelvis here. And when you're ready, bring yourself back to a neutral tabletop. Stack your knees right underneath your hips. Press down through the heels of your hands and then traction them back. Take a micro bend through your elbows. Just start to light up your core here. On your next inhale, lift your fingertips up and overhead. Peel your right rib cage open to the right side of your space. Gaze up. Breathe in. Exhale, threading the needle, come to a hover just above your mat. Start to turn on your obliques. Another inhale, lifting up and open. Exhale, twisting down and under, just come to a hover. One more time like that, inhale, open twist, lifting all the way up. Exhale, thread the needle this time, bring your shoulder all the way down onto the mat. Resting your right ear down and then option to extend your left fingertips forward. And as you breathe into this pose, just be mindful that your pelvis is staying neutral. Your weight is evenly distributed between two legs. And then just start to work your left armpit open towards the left side of your space. Another breath in. Exhale, plant your left hand back underneath your shoulder. Open all the way up. Right fingertips towards the sky. Exhale, neutral tabletop. Bring your right hand back down. Extending your left leg to the side. Plant the sole of your foot all the way down. Try and keep some neutrality in your pelvis here. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly down towards the mat. Open up through your chest, gaze up. Exhale, cat pose, pressing down through your fingertips. Puffing up through the space between your shoulder blades. Gaze back at your stomach. Inhale, cow pose. Lengthening through your spine. Careful you're not dumping. Exhale, cat pose. Pressing down through your fingertips. Belly button lifts up and in. One more time like that. Maybe feeling some more opening through your left inner thigh. Exhale, cat pose. Pressing down through your fingertips. Gazing back at your back legs. Inhale, neutral tabletop. Exhale, just kind of wiggle it out side to side, wag your tail. Any kind of organic movements you need to reset. And we'll take it all on the left. Inhale, lifting your left fingertips up and open. Spiraling your left rib cage out and around. Inhale. Exhale, thread the needle, just coming to a hover. Start to turn on your core. Inhale, lifting up and open, gaze up. Exhale, slowly, mindfully threading the needle, just coming to a hover. Inhale, lifting up and open. Exhale, thread the needle, this time coming to rest your shoulder all the way down onto the mat. Bring the side of your face down and then extend your left or your right arm this time forward. Again, thinking about our right armpit opening up to the right side of our mat. And breathing into these sensations through the left side of our body. You can use your right fingertips to press down into the mat, maybe increase the twist here. Big breath in. Exhale, bringing your right hand back underneath your shoulder, open twist all the way up and open, reset your spine. Exhale, find your neutral tabletop. Sending your right leg out to the side this time, planting the sole of your foot down. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose, just flowing at your own pace this time. Big inhale, moving all the way to the end of your breath. And then your exhale takes you to your cat spine, puffing up through your shoulders, pressing down through your fingertips. One more like that. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat, puffing up through your spine. Inhale, finding your neutral tabletop one more time, and then bringing your knees to touch, squeezing your inner thighs together, tuck your toes under, hover your knees 1 inch off the mat. Lifting your belly button up and in, keep a nice flat spine here, send the crown of your head forward. Micro bend through your elbows. Inhale, twisting your knees over to the right side of your mat. Exhale to center. Inhale, twisting to the left side of your mat. Exhale, center. At your own pace, breathing in to twist, breathing out to center. Last time, breathing in to twist, out to center. Inhale to stay. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your tailbone up and back. You can widen your feet to hips width distance, walking your fingertips forward ever so slightly. And then just come to stillness here. Sending your heels down towards the mat, opening up through the back line of your legs. And then pressing down into the palms of your hands, deepening the space in your armpits to protect your shoulders here. Your belly button is super active towards your spine. And your head is hanging heavy. Gaze back at your shins. Relax your face. Inhale, rising up all the way onto your tippy toes. Exhale, slowly, mindfully, take tiny little steps to the top of your mat. Bring your feet behind your hands, about hips width distance apart. Take a generous bend through your knees, ragdoll pose, Uttanasana. Hang heavy here. If it feels secure to you, option to grab opposite elbow. Maybe you interlace your fingers behind your head. If you take that option, try closing your elbows in around your face. See if that creates some more weight, helping your spine kind of drape over your thighs. And then you can sway side to side. You can bend one knee and then the other, taking any wiggles, any dances that feel good in this pose. Inhale, toe heel your feet to touch. And then slowly undulate your spine, make your way one vertebrae at a time up to mountain pose, Tadasana. Samasthiti. Bring your hands to heart center. Close your eyes if that feels good, or soften your gaze. Return to this intention of security, making your body feel safe here. So that maybe that means that any preconceived expectations of what this practice was supposed to look like or feel like before you got here. Maybe disregard those expectations and just stay present with your breath. Stay present with yourself here. Blink your eyes open. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Reach your fingertips up and overhead. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Lift up through your lower belly button. Drop your tailbone down. Micro bend through your knees here. Avoid any hyperextension. Inhale. Exhale, side body stretch to the right. Drop your right fingertips down. Lengthening through your left rib cage. Inhale, gazing up at your top bicep. Maybe you increase the stretch a little bit more. Exhale to stay. Inhale, reaching your arms up and overhead, mountain pose. Exhale, side body stretch to the left, pressing down through your right foot this time. Inhale, gazing up at your top bicep. Exhale to stay. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. Chest expansion. Inhale, puffing up your spine. Gaze up. Baby back bend here. Exhale, keep your bind forward fold. Slow descent down. Option to keep your fists at your lower back or work your knuckles towards the front of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your palms to your thighs. Press the crown of your head forward. Lift your belly button up and away from your thighs. Shift your weight forward into your toes. Breathe here. Exhale, high plank position. Step your feet back. Stack your shoulders straight over your wrists. And then work your tailbone down towards your heels. Your hip tips up towards your ribcage. Belly button's pulling into your spine here. Inhale, shift forward to your fingertips. Keep the micro bend through your elbows. Exhale, shift back. One more time like that. Inhale, shift forward to your fingertips. Exhale, shift back. Last time, inhale, shift forward to your fingertips. Exhale, shift back. Inhale, modified side plank. Drop your left knee down towards the mat. Lift your right fingertips up and open. And just press down through your left palm. Create a lifting sensation through your left shoulder. And then take your right armpit higher towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, high plank pose. Pause and breathe. Another inhale to stay. Exhale, modified side plank to the left this time. Dropping your right knee down, lifting your left fingertips high towards the sky. Option to gaze up at your hand. And then again, thinking of that sensation of lifting your left armpit higher towards the sky. Belly button is up and in. Another inhale. Exhale, high plank position. Inhale, shift forward one more time. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Lower down halfway, keep your elbows hugging into your rib cage. Inhale, upward facing dog, pause and breathe here. Maybe you gaze right, you gaze left. 4 points of contact in the mat here. Open up through your collarbones, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Work your heels closer towards the mat. We'll flow through that sun salutation A few times. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step, hopper, float to the top of your mat. Bring your big toes to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Palms to thighs, send the crown of your head forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, side body stretch to the right. Inhale, mountain pose, reaching your arms up and overhead. Exhale, side body stretch to the left. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. Inhale, chest expansion, puff up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, option to keep your chest expansion, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank pose. Listen here, inhale, full side plank, lifting your right fingertips high towards the sky. Pause and breathe. Another inhale, lift your hips even higher. Exhale, right away, Chaturanga Dandasana, whatever variation serves you. Option to come down to your knees. Option to skip it all together. Exhale, making your way back to downward facing dog. We'll reset. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step, hop, or float to the top of your space, big toes to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose Tadasana, reaching up and overhead. Exhale, side body stretch to the right. Inhale, mountain pose, squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. Exhale, side body stretch to the left. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. Inhale, chest expansion. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, option to keep the chest expansion, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank pose. Inhale, full side plank, this time lifting your left fingertips high. Pause and breathe. On your next inhale, lifting your hips even higher. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Flow your variation. Inhale, upward facing dog or skip it. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Release some heat here. Maybe you take some wiggles, some bends, some stretches through your knees. Gaze under your right armpit. Gaze under your left. And then on your next inhale, work to close through the fronts of your ribs. Make your core super active in this position. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, travel to the top of your space, big toes to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sink deep. Lift your arms up and overhead. Bring your biceps to frame your ears. Drop your shoulders away from your face. Settle in here. Breathe. Magnetize your inner thighs towards one another. Sink your weight so far back in your heels that maybe you can lift your toes up and off the mat. And then work towards verticality in your spine. And focus on where your hamstring and your glute come together, those seat muscles. See if you can activate those even more. Inhale here. Exhale, send your fingertips down and back, palms to face the mat. Squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you, chair plane pose. Inhale, root down through your right foot. Lift all the way up, one-legged mountain pose. Pause and breathe. Using your lower abs to lift your left knee up towards your chest. And then focusing on your standing side, that glute supporting you. Taking a micro bend through your knee, pressing down through the sole of your foot. Inhale. Exhale, figure four. Take your hands to heart center. Bend generously through your standing leg. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. Send that left knee out to the side. This is kind of our first hip opener of class. So really listen to your body. Maybe don't push it too much at first. We'll be here a few times throughout our practice. Breathing deeper into our standing heel. And then really driving that left knee open, feeling some stretch through our outer hip. Inhale back to one-legged mountain. Exhale, big transition here. Slowly, mindfully make your way to a low lunge, send your left leg back. And as you arrive into your low lunge, work your front knee over your front ankle. Start to rock forward and back. Warming up through that left ankle here. Opening up through the fronts of our left hips. Inhale, crescent moon, Vinyasa. Drop your back knee down, keep your toes tucked here. And then lifting your arms up and overhead. Pressing down into your front heel. And then using that lift in your front leg to neutralize your pelvis here. So make sure that your hips are nice and even, and we're not sinking in an unbalanced shape here. Inhale. Exhale, open twist to the right. Drop your right fingertips down and back. Gaze back at your right hand. Keep breathing. Micro bends through your arms. Keep opening up through your collarbones here. And then engage your left glute back there. Inhale, Vinyasa, reaching your arms up and overhead. Exhale, return low lunge. Inhale, open twist. Lifting your right fingertips high. Exhale, place your right fingertips on the inside of your right leg. Spiral your back heel down, parallel your foot with the short edge of your mat. Inhale, warrior two. Cartwheeling your hands up and open, and then right away, just start to surf it out. So bend and stretch through your front knee. Lift and lower through your arms. And when you feel like you've gotten lots of space open in your hip, come to stillness. Check in with your alignment. Your front heel is in line with your back arch. Your front knee is stacked directly over your front ankle. And then your hips may not be parallel to the long edge of your mat, but your rib cage can work to be. So our obliques are working a little bit in this twist, and then our arms are creating one long plane. Inhale, flip your front wrist. Reverse your warrior, keep the bend in your front knee, just a little side body stretch up and back. Little to no weight in your back hand, gazing up at your top arm, using your core here. Exhale, side angle pose. So tick-tock your arms north and south. Stay nice and low in your front leg. Press your bottom elbow into your thigh and your thigh back into your elbow. Again, lifting up through our left armpit here. Inhale, reverse triangle, stretching all the way through our front leg. Another side body stretch up and back. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheeling your hands forward, low lunge. Inhale, standing splits. Launch onto your front leg. Let your body hang heavy, and then lifting your left heel up towards the sky. Let your toes drop towards the earth. So we're working our hamstring and our glute here to lift our leg, rather than finding external rotation. Another big breath in, maybe your leg lifts even higher, relax through your face. Exhale, Shiva squat. Tuck your left knee behind your right, and then come to a nice curve in your spine. Inhale, lifting your leg up. Exhale, Shiva squat, full breath out. Inhale, last time, lifting your leg up and back. Exhale, Shiva squat. Maybe you come to spider tip fingers in your hands. Maybe you bring your hands to heart center, squeezing through your inner thigh. A little balance here. Exhale, low lunge, send your leg back. Land with grace. Inhale, three-legged dog. Send your right leg up and back. Spiral your toes down here. And then exhale, open your hip, stack your hips right over one another. And then bend through your right knee, pressing down through your right palm. Three-legged dog with a little twist. Option to roll through that right ankle. Maybe you make little circles with your knee, whatever feels good. Inhale, lifting that leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it across your body, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, lifting up and back. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, option to skip it. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, we meet in downward facing dog. Big inhale to reset. Open mouth, exhale. Let something go. Recommit to your core here. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step, hop, float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. We've been here before. Sink deep. Exhale, chair plane. Bring your fingertips down and back. Palms face the earth. Inhale, pressing down through your left foot this time. One-legged mountain pose. Lifting your right knee up towards your chest. And then as we come into this one-legged balance, focus on your standing leg. So use your glute to support this. Micro bend through your knee, pressing down through the sole of your foot. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale. Exhale, figure four. Bend generously through that standing leg, opening your right knee out to the side this time. Hands to heart center. Already start to notice what side is more open, what side feels stronger. This is a big posture to do right away at the beginning of practice. So give yourself some grace here. Again, free yourself of any expectations you had for this pose. Just breathe into what it's feeling right now. Inhale, lifting up one-legged mountain. Exhale, slowly, mindfully make your way, low lunge. And then again, we'll take some of those rocks forward and back. Get that back ankle nice and warmed up. And then go ahead, drop your back knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, crescent moon. Pressing down into that front heel. Make this shape nice and supportive so we're not sinking too deeply into that hip. Inhale. Exhale, open twist to the left. Opening up through your collarbones, micro bend through your elbow. And it's like you're squeezing a block between your inner thighs. So keep your pelvis really tight into the midline of your body. Inhale. Lifting your fingertips all the way up and overhead. Exhale, low lunge. Pop your knee back off the mat. Inhale, lifting your left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, plant it on the inside of your left leg. Spiral your back heel down, parallel it to the short edge of your mat. Inhale, cartwheel your arms up and open, warrior two. And then surfing it out right away, bending and stretching through our front knee, lifting and lowering our arms, sink deep. And as you come to stillness, again, check in with that rib cage. And then see if you can engage that back glute. I always have to remind myself to use my glute to support myself in a lot of lunging postures. Your glute is a big, strong muscle. You can use it to help so that your quads don't have to do all the work. Inhale, flipping your front palm. Side body stretch, reverse warrior. Gazing up at your top hand. Inhale. Exhale, side angle pose. Tick-tock your arms north and south. Press your bottom elbow into your bottom thigh, gazing up at your top arm. Breathe here. Lifting your right armpit up towards the sky, close through your rib cage. Inhale, reverse warrior. Straighten all the way through your front leg. Exhale, cartwheel your arms forward, low lunge. Inhale, launch off, standing splits. Your right heel is lifting high towards the sky, toes dropping towards the earth, your head is hanging heavy. You're gazing at your shin or at your back leg. Inhale, leg lifts higher. Exhale, Shiva squat, tucking your right knee behind your left, squeezing your inner thighs towards one another. Inhale, lifting your heel up and back. Exhale, Shiva squat, squeezing in. Inhale, standing splits, lifting up and back. Exhale, Shiva squat. Option to come to spider tip fingers, or even bring your hands to heart center for a balance. Squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. Belly button is lifting up and away from your thigh. Inhale. Exhale, slowly make your way back to a low lunge. Land lightly. Inhale, three-legged dog. Keep your leg nice and internally rotated at first, and then open it up. Stack your hips right on top of one another. Press down through your right palm this time, and then bend your knee. Drape it over your body. Option to take small circles in your ankle, small circles in your knee. Inhale, three-legged dog. Lift your leg up and back. Exhale, cross your body, knee to right elbow this time. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, flow your chaturanga. Whatever variation serves you. Maybe this time you come down onto your knees. Maybe this time you skip it all together. Making your way back to downward facing dog. We'll take one collective inhale. Exhale. Your favorite exhale. Maybe you need to release some heat. Maybe you need to hone in, come back to your center. We'll flow that breath to movement. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step hopper, float to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sink deep. Exhale, chair, plane your arms, palms facing down. Inhale, left leg lifts this time. Exhale, figure four, pause and breathe. Inhale to stay. Exhale to sink deeper. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Exhale, low lunge. Slowly, mindfully make this transition. Inhale, drop that back knee down, crescent moon. Exhale, open twist to the right. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, plant your hands down, low lunge. Inhale, low lunge twist, lift your right fingertips high. Exhale, plant them on the inside, spiral your back heel down. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale to sink deeper. Inhale, reverse your warrior, pressing up and back. Exhale, extended side angle pose, gaze up at your top arm. Inhale, reverse your triangle, gazing all the way up and back, stretching through your front leg. Exhale, cartwheel your hands forward, low lunge. Inhale, standing splits, lifting your back heel up and back. Just one set this time. Exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, down dog kick, lift your right leg high. Exhale, cross your body, knee to left elbow. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, flow your vinyasa, whatever variation you feel is most appropriate at this moment. Making your way back to downward facing dog, big breath in. Exhale, let something go. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step hopper, float to top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Reach your fingers all the way up and overhead, reset. Exhale, chair pose. Sink your hips down and back. Inhale, chair plank. One-legged mountain, press down through your left foot. Pause and breathe. Figure four. One big breath in. Exhale here. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana, reaching your fingertips up and overhead. Exhale, slowly make your way, low lunge. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, crescent moon, reaching your fingertips up and overhead. Exhale, open twist to the left. Inhale, reaching your fingertips up and overhead. Exhale, low lunge. Lift your back knee up and off the mat. Inhale, low lunge twist. Lift your left fingertips high. Exhale, plant your palm on the inside of your left leg. Spiral your back heel down. Inhale, warrior two. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, reverse your warrior, lifting up and back. Exhale, extended side angle to tuck your arms north and south. Inhale, reverse your triangle, stretch all the way through that front leg. Exhale, cartwheel your hands forward, low lunge. Inhale, launch off, lift your back heel high. Exhale, Shiva squat, crouch and curl here. Inhale, standing splits, lifting your right heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, down dog kick, lifting your left leg up and back. Exhale, cross your body, left knee to right elbow, there we go. Inhale, left leg lifts, down dog kick. Exhale, flow your chaturanga, eye to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll flow through this one more time with a few changes. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step, hop, or flip, top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sink deep. Exhale, chair plane, drop your fingertips down and back. Inhale, left leg lifts this time. Exhale, figure four. Pause and breathe. Inhale. Exhale, sink deeper. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Lift your leg up. Exhale, full airplane this time. So driving your back heel towards the back of your mat. Send the crown of your head forward. Squeeze through your shoulder blades. Breathe here. Lift your belly button up and in. Work to drop your left hip down in line with your right. Inhale, bend through your bottom knee. Exhale, full crescent lunge this time. Lifting your arms up and overhead, pressing down through your front heel. Micro bend through your back knee to make sure that your hip tips can lift up towards your ribcage. Inhale, open twist to the right. Again, squeezing that imaginary block between our thighs here. Bring your hands to heart center, palms to touch. Inhale, shift your weight forward ever so slightly. Exhale, revolved crescent lunge. Hook your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. And then peel your ribcage up and open towards the ceiling. A modification for this could be dropping your back knee down to focus more on the twist rather than the balance. To make it more challenging, you can open up through your arms, lifting your right fingertips up towards the sky. Whatever variation you took, take one more big inhale. Exhale, runner's lunge. Drop your arms to the inside of your front leg. Toe heel your foot so that your toes are slightly off your mat. Your heel is still on, and then drop your back knee down. Option to stay here, or if it feels good, you can drop down onto your elbows and untuck your back toes. Just let yourself feel really heavy. Just let yourself release through the outside of your hip, your right hip, and then the front of your left hip. Relax your jaw, relax the tongue away from the roof of your mouth. And then option to keep your feet where they are, or you can bring this front foot a little bit more center. And then opening up with your right hand towards the sky, and then grabbing on to the outside of your back foot. Little quad stretch here. Stay low through your hips. And then careful, you're not hyperextending through that elbow here. Just working your heel towards your glute, creating some length through the front Slowly release that back leg. Inhale, tuck your back toes, lift all the way up, and then work your heel back towards your low lunge. Spiral your back heel down, inhale, warrior two. Right away, reverse your triangle, stretching all the way up and back. Exhale, tip your hips backwards, full triangle pose, Trikonasana. Intentionally place your hands somewhere on your front leg, and then gaze up at your top arm. So like our side plank pose from earlier, lifting up through your armpits, and then pressing down through that bottom hand, using it as a support. It's a great place for a block to help bring the earth a little bit closer to you. And then again, thinking about our imaginary block between our inner thighs, help working our midline here, supporting with our legs. Inhale. Exhale, curve your arm forward and down, parallel your feet with the short edges of your mat, wide-legged forward fold. Take a generous bend through your knees, shift your weight forward into your toes, and then back into your heels. Find that sweet spot, that spot of security. And then notice if your mind starts to wander away from this practice, how can you bring it back to center? Bring it back to your breath. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen up through your spine, plant your palms underneath your shoulders. Exhale, turn out your toes, turn your heels in, and then sink deep towards the back of your mat, flexing through your right foot, this time Skandasana pose. Just a little inner thigh opener here. Option to keep your hands planted down, or you can bring your hands to heart center. You can keep this left heel hovering. I like to keep it planted. I find more opening when my heel is rooted down into the mat. But both options are valid. And then if this feels good, you can plant your left palm down onto the mat. Use your elbow to work your left knee back and then open up through your right arm. Big breath in. Big breath out. Slowly, mindfully, walking your way back through center towards the top of your mat. Inhale, low lunge, kind of reset yourself, plant your hands down. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, three-legged dog, lifting your front leg up and back. Exhale, right away, right knee to left elbow. Pause and breathe. Use your core to keep that knee nice and tight to your chest. Send that right leg out. Fallen triangle. Open up through your left arm. Gaze up at your top hand. Again, feeling our inner thighs magnetizing towards one another. So our right leg is relatively light on the floor. Pressing down through our right palm, micro bending through our elbow. Inhale. Exhale, flow your chaturanga. Whatever transition feels most appropriate to you. Inhale, up dog if you took it. Exhale, downward facing dog. We have one more side of that. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, travel to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sink deep. Exhale, airplane your arms. Turn those triceps on. Inhale, lifting your right knee high. Exhale, figure four. Pause and breathe. Big inhale to sink deep. Exhale to open up even more through that right hip. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Exhale, full airplane, warrior three. Punching that right heel back towards the back of the mat. The crown of your head forward, squeezing your shoulder blades together behind you. Micro bend through that bottom knee. And then working to level your right hip with your left. Inhale, belly button pulls up and in, close through your rib cage. Exhale, full crescent lunge, step back mindfully, lifting your arms up and overhead. Belly button pulling into your spine. Again, deepen the space in your armpits so that our shoulders are really active here. Inhale. Exhale, open twist to the left. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Open up through your collarbones. Gaze back at your back hand. Inhale, bring your palms together. Exhale, shifting forward. Revolved crescent lunge. Bring your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Option to gaze up or just side. And then squeezing through that back glute. So we're still using those big muscles to help support us in the harder postures. If you came down to your back knee on the other side, do so here. And then breathing in to lengthen, breathing out to twist further. One more inhale. Exhale, dropping your palms to the inside of your front leg. Runner's lunge, toe heel your foot out. You can turn your toes out, your heel in ever so slightly, and then drop your back knee down, untuck your back toes. If you came down to your elbows on the other side, do so here. But know that from one side to the other, it might not look or feel different. Or it might look or feel different. That's okay. Some sides tend to hold on to more tension than others. Just good to notice when that happens. Allow your torso to have a gentle heaviness. Returning to our breath if we've lost it. Allowing our body to feel safe. Inhale, rising back to our palms, opening up through our right arm and then latching onto the outside of our right leg. Sorry, our left arm to our right leg. And pulling our heel towards our glute without losing the deepness in our front leg. Just be mindful here too that your knee is really stacked over your front ankle and that there's no hyperextension through your bottom elbow. Sending your toes back down towards the mat. Inhale, low lunge, till heel your front foot back to center. Exhale, warrior two, lifting up and open. Right away, inhale, full reverse triangle, stretching through your front leg. And then exhale, TikToking your hips and your arms, Trikonasana. Inhale, lifting up through our top armpit. And then exhale, rounding forward and down, wide-legged forward fold. We won't stay here for very long this time. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening your torso forward. And then exhale, Skandasana towards the back of your mat. So turn your toes out, plant your right heel down if you did so on the other side, and then flexing through your left toes. Whatever arm variation feels most supportive to you. And then an option to plant your right arm down using that right elbow to open up your right knee and then gazing up towards your left hand. Little twist through your ribcage. Inhale to stay. And then exhale, walking your hands forward to frame your front foot low lunge. Inhale, three-legged dog, lifting your left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Pause and breathe using your core here. Inhale, sending your leg long to the side, lifting your Right fingertips up towards the sky. Fallen triangle. Using your inner thighs to squeeze towards one another. Pressing down through your left palm. One more inhale. Exhale, flow your chaturanga. Whatever variation serves you. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting your right leg high. Exhale, half pigeon pose. Come to bring your right knee behind your right wrist, your left ankle behind your left wrist, and then work your pelvis down towards the mat. This is another great place for a block under your tailbone, or 2 blocks underneath your hands could also be supportive here. And gaze over your right shoulder, back at your back leg. Make sure that your leg is pointing directly behind you. And allow your tailbone to fall heavy here. And to start, we'll just keep our hip tips pointing up towards our ribcage. Let's take an eagle arm variation here. So wrap your right arm underneath your left, and then bring your palms to touch. So we have a nice twisting sensation through our arms. And then work your shoulder blades together behind you. Find a balance between rounding through your upper spine and staying nice and tall. Inhale here. And if it feels good, exhale, maybe you take a cat spine, rounding your spine forward, finding some space in your upper back. Inhale, lifting your elbows up towards the ceiling, maybe you gaze up. Exhale, cat spine, rounding forward using your core. One more time, lifting your arms up and overhead. Exhale, plant your hands down. You can either walk them forward, or I like this variation, you can take your left hand, thread it underneath your right arm, find a little twist variation in your sleeping pigeon. Full breaths in, full breaths out. Breathe into that right hip. Walking your right fingertips back in. Bringing your back knee around to the front. And we'll take a little chest opener here. So planting your feet kind of close to your glutes here. And then pointing your fingertips towards your glutes. The elbows facing the back of your mat. Inhale, reverse tabletop. Lift your hips up and back. Using your hamstrings and your glutes to support this posture. And then opening up through your chest, maybe feeling a little bit of a stretch on the front side of your shoulders. Big inhale. Exhale, slowly drop your booty down towards the mat. And then I like this upper body stretch. I discovered it recently. You'll take your right hand, you'll cross it under your right leg, latch it onto the front of your left shin, and then you'll do so on the other side as well. And kind of walk your feet back towards your glutes generously here, and then just curve through your upper back, kind of gripping onto your shins and letting the shoulder blades open here. Can be really intense sometimes, especially if you're holding a lot of stress in your upper back and your shoulders. Just relax your face here. Return to your breath. Good. Inhale, lengthening your legs forward, taking your arms up and overhead, and just take a short little forward fold, seated forward fold here. This is a great place to take a generous bend through your knees. This is a great place to place a block. maybe underneath your forehead so that you have some forehead connection here. Focus mostly on your lower back, less on your hamstrings. Inhale, a little halfway lift, think cow spine, puff up. And then exhale, cross your legs in front of you, make your way back to your downward facing dog. Send your tailbone up and back. And then coming down onto your elbows, we'll take a short little dolphin pose. We'll get a little inversion in here. So once you're down onto your elbows, you're gonna wanna parallel your forearms towards one another, really pressing down through your fingertips and then walking your feet closer towards your chest so that your tailbone stacks over your rib cage, over your shoulders. This is a great option to stay, or you can come to a forearm stand if that's in your practice. Really pressing down through your elbows, lifting out of your shoulders, closing down through your rib cage, lifting your tailbone up. One more big breath in. Exhale. Come to another child's pose. This time bring your knees to touch. Send your arms long in front of you, and then plant your forehead down onto the mat. Just reset here for a moment. Option to bring your hands together, reverse namaskar. You can bring your prayer hands towards the nape of your neck. Open up through the fronts of your triceps and through your armpits a little bit. Planting your palms back down, tucking your toes, make your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting your left leg high this time. Exhale, half pigeon to the left. Left knee comes behind your left wrist. Work to parallel your shin towards the front of your mat. And then again, letting your tailbone hang heavy. Lifting your hip tips up towards your rib cage. So you might need a block here to make sure that you're not arching too much in your lower back. And then eagle arms on the left. Wrapping your left arm underneath your right and then bringing your palms together. If this doesn't feel good in your shoulders for whatever reason, option to just give yourself a big bear hug here. And then inhale, lifting your elbows up. Maybe you gaze up. Exhale, cat your spine. Bring your elbows towards your belly. Inhale, lifting your elbows up. Exhale, cat your spine, elbows to belly. One more time, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, sleep your pigeon. Option to take this pretzel action. So your right fingertips thread underneath your left elbow, and then you send your left arm long, resting the right side of your face down onto the mat if that feels good to you. I've been reading quite a bit on trauma, which is a heavy topic to delve into during this time. But it's so fascinating to me. There's actually research to prove that your bodies hold on to emotions. I heard something the other day that human beings are actually emotional beings that sometimes think. So rather than thinking of ourselves as logical beings that sometimes feel emotion, that at the core of our being, we are emotional. Make your way back up to an upright position if you haven't already, and then bring that back leg around to the front. We'll take one more little reverse tabletop. Plant your heels down, point your fingertips forward, lift your hips up towards the sky, gaze up. And we go through stress cycles as human beings. And sometimes we don't let our bodies recognize when we've finished a stress cycle. Lower your hips down towards the mat. And then we'll take that opposite grip this time. So left hand goes underneath your left leg, latches onto the front of your right. Do so with the other arm as well, and then just curve through your back. And so one of the ways that you can tell your body that it has finished a stress cycle is simply by breathing, returning to your breath, returning to some stillness. So that after your body has undergone all of the chemical reactions that come with fight, flight, or freeze, that you tell your body that it's safe. You return to a feeling of comfort, a feeling of home, so that your body can feel secure. Inhale, walk your feet forward, scoot your hips towards your heels, and then send your arms in front of you, just lowering your spine one vertebrae at a time, all the way down onto the mat. And then teeing out your arms, just tabletop your legs for a moment. Squeeze your knees towards one another. Last little bit of oblique work. Inhale, dropping your knees just to a hover over towards the right side of your mat, keeping your left shoulder down. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, dropping your knees, squeezing your inner thighs towards one another, flexing through your toes, hover to the left, keeping your right shoulder down. And just at your own pace, rocking your knees from side to side. Simultaneously feeling a massage in your lower spine here. We worked our glutes a lot today in our various lunges and in our chair pose. So sometimes it feels good to, even though we're working our obliques here, to feel kind of that massage, gravity, kind of letting your body work through some of that tissue in your glutes. Even yourself out, come back to center. One last little bit of ab work. Press your palms into your thighs back into your palms, and then work to straighten your arms with that resistance. So maybe your knees kind of unbend a little bit. Keep your lower spine pressing down onto the mat. Really feel your belly button light up here. Inhale. Exhale, happy baby pose. Grab onto the soles of your feet, and you can press them up towards the ceiling. If that doesn't feel good to you, you can grab onto the backs of your legs, or you can just hug your knees into your chest. Open your knees out wide, and then work your tailbone down towards the mat. Create one long, flat spine. Option to ninja kick one leg and then the other. Maybe both if that feels good. This is your playtime. Time to bring yourself back to that sense of safety, sense of security, to that comfort. Your breath can start to lighten a little bit. Option to close your eyes. Inhale, send your left leg long, hug your right knee into your rib cage, and then bring it out and around so that it's coming up towards your right armpit. Inhale. Exhale, supine twist. Guide your knee across your body, keep your shoulders down into the mat, and then finish the twist by gazing over your right fingers. Relax your belly button completely. Just feel that gentle heaviness in your right knee and in your right shoulder. Inhale, come back through center. Switch it out. Left knee comes up towards your left armpit. Send your right leg long. And then exhale, guide that knee over your chest. Supine twist to the left, gazing over towards your left fingertips. I got quite a few cracks out of that one. It's a great time to notice the equilibrium in your body, or the lack of equilibrium in your body. Relaxing through your belly, pressing down through your left shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. One final squeeze. Bring your forehead up towards your knees, belly button in. Clench all of your muscles. Feel really tense for a moment. Inhale. Exhale, full Shavasana. Send your legs long. Open your feet up. Open your knees, open your hips. Lift your palms towards the ceiling. Option to close your eyes if that feels safe to you. Option to walk your shoulder blades underneath your chest so that your heart is the highest point of your body. Putting a pillow underneath your head is a great option here as well. And I'll just give you a couple moments of silence. Soften your breath. Just tune in to your surroundings. If you have the time, I invite you to stay. Give yourself a few more minutes of rest. If you'd like to move on with your day, bring some organic movement back into your limbs, into your fingers, into your toes. Without becoming attached, just start to notice what's happening in your surroundings, your sounds, smells. Maybe your internal gaze can catch some light behind your eyelids. Return to your breath, nice, calm, natural breath. Long body stretch, lifting your arms up and overhead. Maybe you arch your spine up and off the mat. And then roll over to your left side, the side that gives you energy. Just let your cheek feel heavy on your bicep. Fetal pose. And then when you're ready, slowly make your way up to a seat. Keeping your eyes closed, come to a comfortable seat, maybe cross-legged or heels to tailbone. And lift your chest up and over your hips. Intentionally place your hands somewhere that's supportive. One collective breath in, inhale, fill all the way up. Exhale, sigh it out. Release whatever happened on your mat, whatever you're still holding on to. Inhale, bring your hands to heart center. The light, the love, the teacher in me honors the light, the love, and the teacher in each and every one of us. We raise our hands to third eye center and bow forward to seal our practice. Namaste. Thank you, guys. I hope you got something out of that. I would love any feedback. I forgot to mention earlier, I don't use any music on my YouTube videos, so you're always welcome to play your music. I know it's a little bit late now, but sometimes silence is good, and I kind of like listening to the cars zooming by my apartment. It can be kind of relaxing. So, but yeah, I hope to do more of these, and I always take requests as well for poses, for whatever kind of energy we need. These are strange times. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a great day.